It's another beautiful Friday in the shop. We got the squarebody on the lift. So yeah, we're playing a little bit with the fuel system. So we got our fuel line ran from up the fuel rail, comes back around the back. I want to do this way neater eventually, but for now, because I need the room because my pump is big. So this is the Corvette fuel filter and built with a built-in regulator. We're gonna go across, and for now we're not gonna do the blazer tank. We're just gonna use this tank that it was running off of already. And yeah, we'll probably just run our fuel pump here somewhere. I'll probably take out the selector switch, well, selector valve, whatever, and then just tee into the supply and return there. And yeah, but we got our fuel pump, the red horse, so we'll see how that works. I've also started playing with the lowering kit in the rear. So I got one of those front shackles. This will be light. Got one bracket in there. Still got to deal with the rear. That's gonna be fun. But I opted to do the front first on both sides. This one I got loose. Had to torch out the rivets, and that bracket's loose in there. Just gotta get a pry bar and wiggle it out of there. Bracket's still very hot because we had to get everything hot. The bolts were seized, and oh, should probably put bushings in it. Not going to right now, but at least when we do, the bolts will be nice and free. But yeah, just keep on working on that, and I'll show you an update in a bit. Well, that was fun. Had to torch every single one of those bolts out, but got the old shackles out, and time to put in the new ones and tighten everything up and set it on the ground and see how it sits. So yeah, it's cool. Taking way longer than I thought it would, but that's the way it works with old junk. Got everything in. Ended up having to trim the box cross member. I kind of suspected I'd have to do that, but yeah, so everything's tight, and now it's time to lift it up, take the stands out from underneath and drop it down and see just how low it sits. Not so bad. It sits way lower in the ass end. So nice. Now we just gotta drop the front end. Very nice. Alrighty, well that's gonna be it for tonight. It's been a long day. So yeah, get back after tomorrow. So it's another day. We're back in the shop playing with the square body Chevy. Yesterday we finished off yesterday with getting the lowering kit in the back end. I think today we have parts to play with either the fuel system or the transmission cooler. So we'll start playing with one of them and see where that takes us. So I was going to use this for a engine oil cooler, but I neither have a rad or for the transmission cooler, and so I think we're going to turn this into the transmission cooler, and when I get the rad, the cooler in the rad will just become the engine oil cooler. Make sure it's not damaged. But yeah, brand new, ordered off Amazon. It's an Evil Energy, so it's a cheaper brand I think, but it feels good, like it feels heavy. So we'll get the grill out of the truck and see if we can fit that up front here. So yeah, start with that. There's the cooler mounted. just took some flat stock, bent it into a C shape on both sides. The same flat stock that came with the truck. And then I just cut some more flat stock out and welded the tabs on. It's mounted nice and solid, and now start getting the AN fittings on the lines and start routing the lines. We got the PCM tuned. My uncle came and did that with HP tuners. So it's not actually like tuned, it's just the vats are deleted for now, so that once I get everything ran and hooked up, we can try firing it. Probably won't happen this video, unfortunately, but we're just still waiting on parts. None of the stuff really came in to do the engine oil cooler lines, so still stuck waiting. Yeah, get this line around and see what else we can get done. So we got the cooler mounted. The hoses ran. Up there I used the factory transmission cooler line bracket and just bent it and cut it so that it would stick out this way, because it's actually meant to be further back, but I brought it up here. Keeps it nice and separated. Yeah, and then it's ran back here. Touches a little bit there. Might have to make another bracket just to hold it over. Runs nice and cleanly under there. And then up to there. I don't know, that might be a little close to the header. Might have to get some of that reflective heat stuff. But yeah, now we'll move on to the fuel stuff system, because that's the next thing we have parts for. And yeah, see what we can get done there. There's our bracket to hold the fuel pump. I made it so that this part here will bolt to the frame. The fuel pump will kind of sit on top there with some rubber, and then I'll be able to put a gear clamp around this part holding the fuel pump. So yeah, got a little more cleaning, got to drill a hole. Gonna probably take this to the bench grinder and just make it a little more round. Yeah, I think it'll work. May not look the prettiest, but should work. That's my idea, and I think it's gonna work. So we got that tab, hose clamp around there. This is just a rubber 2-inch to 2-inch plumbing coupler. I don't see why. It should help the vibration big time, I hope. These pumps are fucking noisy. So try quieting that down a bit. You don't want it right quiet. You want it just quiet enough that when you first turn the key on without your radio on, you can hear it run, so you know it's working. So I'll get this painted up and then we'll get it in the truck. So this is it. It's plumbed. The return is temporary, that's for sure, because it's barbed here. Get down to 5/16. But yeah. Hopefully this line holds up. That's that cheap Amazon line. This isn't proper either, but it's the wrong hose for that style of AN fitting. It's supposed to have the braided line. But I marked it, you see, and it was bottomed out. It pushed back that far when I tightened it in, and it's tight. And that's on the supply side of the pump, so there's no pressure there. So I'm hoping it holds up. It should. Yeah, there's our bracket. Our bracket looks pretty good, actually. Definitely was worth it rounding the corners on it and everything. It actually tightened up quite nice. Got a couple fingerprints for our nice powder coating job. But yeah, on to the next thing. Nice and quiet. I ran it for a while already, not the engine, but the pump, and primed up to the fuel rail here. And there's definitely pressure coming out of that the fuel rail, so it's good. And then I also lifted it up and made sure there was no lines that had broke or leaking. So far that's good. Yeah, it's pretty good. That's probably going to be it for the weekend. So hopefully, I was really hoping this video to have it running, but unfortunately that's going to be it for this video. I was hoping to have it running. It didn't work out that way. We're lacking some more parts. We need those parts for the engine oil cooler. But we got the fuel system. We heard the fuel pump run. We were able to pressure it up. I'm gonna put a fuel gauge on here and make sure it's actually building the correct pressure. Yeah, we got enough done. We got the tranny cooler plumbed, fuel system plumbed, fuel system pretty much wired. There's only I have to decide if I'm gonna run the fuel pump to a switch in the cab, or if I'm going to just hook it to ignition. Yeah, we got our header clearanced. I'm pretty sure I got the crank sensor wiring figured out. I think I was trying to plug the wrong pigtail in. This harness, they made it so that the mass airflow sensor and the crank sensor pigtail are the exact same pretty much. There's one little difference. And so I'm thinking we got that figured. Yeah. All in all, pretty good weekend. Got lots done. Lowering kits in. So that's going to be it. Thanks for watching.